Welcome to AI Briefing. The content of the briefing includes GIC chief says investors should prefer big tech to startups on AI. Best books of 2023, technology. Stock investors face up to tough reality of higher rates. Super intelligent AI, the doomers. First FT, Taiwan looms over summit aimed at easing US-China tensions. GIC chief says investors should prefer big tech to startups on AI. Financial Times. Singapore's sovereign wealth fund, GIC, is advising investors to focus on established tech giants, such as Microsoft and Alphabet, rather than overvalued startups in the generative artificial intelligence, AI, sector. GIC's CEO, Lim Chow Kiat, stated that the tech giants are already capturing value in the transformative technology through their existing customers. Startups with AI business models have seen high valuations this year, but Lim warned against getting sucked into the hype while remaining interested in the sector. Best books of 2023, technology. Financial Times. This article provides a list of recommended books on artificial intelligence, AI, and technology. The books include The Maniac by Benjamin Labatt, which is a fictionalized portrayal of mathematician Johnny von Neumann, The Worlds I See by Fei Li, which recounts the author's journey as an AI researcher, and The Coming Wave by Mustafa Suleyman, which offers insights into the advances in AI and synthetic biology. Other books on the list discuss topics such as facial recognition technology, the impact of technology on society, and the biography of Elon Musk. Stock investors face up to tough reality of higher rates. Financial Times. Equity portfolio managers are urging clients to continue investing in stocks despite the ongoing increase in interest rates. The Federal Reserve's interest rate hikes over the last year have changed the stock market's outlook after a decade of gains. The trend has led pension funds and wealth managers to divert funds away from stocks into money market funds and bonds. The shift has resulted in almost flat net flows into equity funds this year. Portfolio managers stress that despite the end of a period of broad gains driven by loose monetary policy, stock markets still offer opportunities. Higher interest rates reduce stock valuations by lessening the appeal of potential future earnings. U.S. stocks have recently risen due to hopes that the Federal Reserve will not further increase rates. However, few expect a return to the previous period of easy money. Even the lowest forecast of 2.4% would be above the average rate since 2008. Super intelligent AI, the doomers. Financial Times. The first episode of the Tectonic podcast examines the potential risks and benefits of superintelligent artificial intelligence, AI. The hosts speak to Yoshua Benjo, a pioneer of generative AI who is concerned about the risks, and Jan LeCun, head of AI at Meta, who is more optimistic. They also interview Eliezer Yudkowsky, research lead at the Machine Intelligence Research Institute, who has been warning about the dangers of superintelligent AI for over 20 years. The episode explores the potential existential risks that superintelligent AI could pose to humanity. First FT, Taiwan looms over summit aimed at easing US-China tensions. Financial Times. US President Joe Biden and Chinese President Xi Jinping are expected to discuss Taiwan when they meet in San Francisco tomorrow, in an effort to stabilize relations between the two nations. The meeting comes 1 year after the leaders' first meeting at the G20 summit. U.S. officials have stated that the summit will not produce major agreements, particularly due to tensions over Taiwan. The focus of the talks will be on managing competition, preventing conflict, and keeping communication channels open. Guangdong unveils data transfer plans in bid to build GBA AI hub. South China Morning Post. Authorities in southern Guangdong province in China have released guidelines to facilitate data transfers across the Greater Bay Area, with the aim of making the region a national AI hub. The guidelines propose the establishment of a digital Bay Area that will include a special data zone to address blockages in the industrial chain and facilitate data sharing and transfers within the region. The plan will leverage the advantages of Hong Kong and Macau in establishing rules and mechanisms for data transfers and creating infrastructure for data storage, sharing, and transaction services. Guangdong Province aims to rank first in intelligent computing power by 2025 and build a 300 billion Chinese yuan, $41.3 billion, AI industry by that year. Geographical data helps cut CO2, economic loss, tech CEO says. Nikkei Asia. Japanese mapping databank company Geotechnologies believes that apps using geographical data could help ease bottlenecks caused by a new law limiting truck drivers' hours. Geotechnologies president and CEO Hiroshige Sugihara said that apps that suggest safe, optimal, and efficient routes could help reduce traffic and decrease CO2 emissions. Sugihara also said that such apps could help increase on-time delivery and decrease economic loss. He believes that technology, such as e-commerce and delivery apps, will play a crucial role in increasing per-person productivity in Japan's declining and aging society. AI among biggest threats to next election, Cybersecurity Agency warns. The Independent. Artificial intelligence, AI, and state-aligned groups pose a significant threat to critical infrastructure and UK elections, according to the National Cybersecurity Centre, NCSC. In its annual review, the NCSC warned that ongoing geopolitical challenges and advances in AI could enable and enhance cyber threats. The agency highlighted China and Russia as enduring and significant threats, with many new state-aligned groups sympathetic to Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The NCSC also warned that large language models, such as ChatGPT, would likely be used to generate fake content to disrupt the democratic process. Children working for food delivery apps, BBC finds. BBC. An investigation by the BBC has revealed that teenagers as young as 15 are using black market trade accounts to work as delivery riders for firms such as Uber Eats, Just Eat, and Deliveroo. The investigation comes after the death of 17-year-old Leo, who was killed while working for Deliveroo, despite the minimum age to work for the company being 18. The Home Office has called for the companies to reform their policies on the lending of rider accounts, known as substitution. US-led AI declaration on military use sees 45 countries join, but not China. South China Morning Post. 45 countries, including key American allies and partners, have joined a US-led effort to create a framework for the responsible military use of AI. Notably absent from the declaration is China, which earlier this month signed a declaration on managing the risks of AI with 28 countries, including the US and the EU. The US-led initiative contains 10 measures designed to build an international framework for responsible military AI use, including sharing best practices and capacity-building activities. US President Joe Biden and Chinese President Xi Jinping are expected to pledge a ban on the use of AI in autonomous weaponry during their meeting this week. Jinping and Biden set to meet in effort to repair US-China ties. Financial Times. US President Joe Biden and Chinese President Xi Jinping are set to meet in San Francisco to discuss the delicate geopolitical climate between the two countries. The talks aim to repair the strained relationship between the US and China and address issues such as China's intentions towards Taiwan, US tech export controls, and China's exports of fentanyl ingredients to the US. The meeting marks the acceptance by both sides that they are in the opening phase of long-term geopolitical competition. China's economic situation has raised incentives to ease tensions with the US, as Beijing wants to buy time to cope with economic problems and boost innovation in technologies hampered by American restrictions. The US, on the other hand, wants to demonstrate the efficacy of its proposed model for managed competition with China. However, there are doubts about the outcome of the talks, with some experts less optimistic and others warning that all bets are off if Donald Trump returns to the White House. Geopolitical risks are also on the rise due to the crisis in the Middle East and Russia's war in Ukraine, according to head of oil services business Baker Hughes, Lorenzo Simonelli. Concerns about surging oil prices due to the conflict in Gaza have eased slightly, but geopolitical tensions are still impacting the semiconductor industry. China's biggest chip maker, SMIC, has warned that tensions are creating a global glut, while China's anti-espionage and data laws are fueling a decoupling with Europe. In the UK, Prime Minister Rishi Sunak sacked Sala Braverman as Home Secretary in a cabinet reshuffle that included the reappearance of former Prime Minister David Cameron as Foreign Secretary. A poll for the Financial Times and the University of Michigan revealed that only 14% of U.S. voters said President Joe Biden had made them better off, highlighting the challenge facing Biden ahead of his bid for re-election next year. NVIDIA upgrades flagship chip to handle bigger AI systems. Yahoo! NVIDIA has revealed that its next-generation artificial intelligence (AI) chip, the H200, will start to roll out in 2023 with Google, Amazon, and Oracle among the first to use it. The H200 boasts 141 GB of high-bandwidth memory, up from 80 GB in the previous H100 model, allowing AI services such as OpenAI's ChatGPT to respond to queries more quickly. Asia stocks set to gain as CPI data, Fed speak loom, markets wrap. Bloomberg. Asian stocks are likely to open higher today, following gains on Wall Street, as investors await the latest U.S. inflation figures and comments from Federal Reserve speakers. Futures pointed to positive openings for share markets in Tokyo, Hong Kong, and Australia. A batch of economic reports this week will help shape market direction after a rally driven by bets interest rates are peaking. Meanwhile, concern lingers over the strength of China's economic recovery, which threatens to remain a drag on global growth prospects. Race for first drug discovered by AI nears key milestone. Bloomberg. In silico medicine, a company that uses artificial intelligence, AI, to develop drugs, is approaching late-stage trials for an experimental treatment for the incurable lung disease idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis. The company used AI to identify a new approach to fighting the disease and to produce a novel molecule to treat it. In silico's lung disease drug is the global industry's first fully AI-based preclinical candidate, according to Deep Pharma Intelligence. The implications of the success of in silico's drug would be substantial, potentially leading to new and cheaper AI therapies that can save lives and reduce costs for health systems. In silico's success would highlight the benefits of international scientific collaboration. The company has staff in several countries, including Canada, the United Arab Emirates, China, and Taiwan. In silico has raised over $400 million in funding and has more than 30 programs in its pipeline. AI can create Caucasian faces that look more real than actual humans. Study. The Independent. Artificial intelligence, AI, can generate Caucasian faces that seem more realistic than actual human faces, according to a new study. Researchers at the Australian National University found that more people thought the AI-generated white faces were human than the faces of real people. However, the same did not apply to faces generated of people of color. The study suggests that this could reinforce racial biases online, as AI algorithms are trained disproportionately on white faces. The researchers called for public transparency around AI to identify potential issues before they become significant problems. Hello, viewers. It's your friendly neighborhood Dr. Six, reporting from the fascinating world of 6 degrees. Today, we've got a mix of news stories that touch on the intersection of technology, geopolitics, and even teenage workers. So, let's dive right into it. First up, we have GIC, Singapore's sovereign wealth fund, advising investors to focus on established tech giants like Microsoft and Alphabet for their investments in the AI sector. Startups may be overvalued, so GIC suggests not getting sucked into the hype. It's like choosing between a flashy new sports car and a reliable sedan, sometimes it's better to go with the tried and tested. Moving on, we have a list of recommended books on AI and technology. From fictionalized portrayals of legendary mathematicians to insights into the advances in AI and synthetic biology, these books offer a diverse range of perspectives on the subject. So, if you're looking for some engaging reads, check out this list. In the world of stock investing, higher interest rates have changed the game. Pension funds and wealth managers are diverting funds away from stocks into money market funds and bonds. But fear not, dear investors, there are still opportunities in the stock market. Higher interest rates may reduce stock valuations, but the potential for future earnings remains. So, keep your eyes peeled for those opportunities. Now, let's talk about the potential risks and benefits of superintelligent AI. In the first episode of the Tectonic podcast, experts discuss the existential risks that superintelligent AI could pose to humanity. Some are concerned, while others are more optimistic. It's like a battle between the doomers and the optimists. Who will prevail? Only time will tell. In the world of geopolitics, the meeting between US President Joe Biden and Chinese President Xi Jinping is expected to address the delicate issue of Taiwan. Both sides are treading carefully, focusing on managing competition and preventing conflict. It's like walking on eggshells, trying to maintain a delicate balance. Let's hope these talks lead to positive outcomes. Now, let's shift our focus to China's Guangdong province, which aims to become a national AI hub. Authorities have released guidelines to facilitate data transfers and create a digital Bay Area. They're leveraging the advantages of Hong Kong and Macau to establish rules and mechanisms for data sharing. It's like building a highway for data to flow freely and fuel the growth of the AI industry. Next, we have a Japanese company, Geotechnologies, using geographical data to ease traffic congestion and reduce CO2 emissions caused by truck drivers' hours. They believe that technology, such as e-commerce and delivery apps, can play a crucial role in increasing productivity. So, next time you're stuck in traffic, just remember that technology might be the key to a smoother ride. In the realm of cybersecurity, the National Cybersecurity Center warns that AI and state-aligned groups pose a significant threat to critical infrastructure and UK elections. With ongoing geopolitical challenges and advances in AI, cyber threats are becoming more sophisticated. The agency highlights the risks of large language models generating fake content to disrupt the democratic process. So, beware of the bots, my friends. In a shocking revelation, the BBC investigation uncovers teenagers using black market trade accounts to work as delivery riders for popular food delivery apps. This raises concerns about safety and the exploitation of young workers. It's a reminder that behind the convenience of these apps, there are real people working under precarious conditions. Let's hope companies reform their policies to protect these workers. On the international stage, a US-led effort to create a framework for the responsible military use of AI has gained support from 45 countries. Notably absent from the declaration is China, which has its own declaration on managing AI risks. It's like a game of international AI chess, with countries aligning themselves based on their strategic interests. Will this lead to a global consensus? Only time will tell. And finally, we have the much-anticipated meeting between President Biden and President Xi Jinping. The talks aim to repair the strained relationship between the US and China, addressing various issues. Both sides have their own incentives to ease tensions, but the outcome is uncertain. Will these talks mark a turning point or lead to more uncertainty? Let's hope for the best. That's all for today, folks. I hope you enjoyed our little journey through the world of news. Now it's your turn. What are your thoughts on these stories? Do you have any burning questions for Dr. Six? Let's hear your ideas and insights in the comments below. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.